Well, joining us now, indeed, Larry Kudlow, National Economic Council Director. Larry, Stu would love to be here, but I'm the next guy with an English accent, so I'll talk to you. Let me get your reaction to the blowout jobs number. Pretty impressive.
I love people with English accents. Let's start there.
So funny.
It was a blowout number, and it clicked on all cylinders. Perhaps we'll get to that. Let me just say, as a matter of an overview, because of the stock market correction, corrections come and go. We're all kind of powerless. Nobody really likes them, but it is part of the free market story. Because of this correction, there's an awful lot of pessimism around, including the U.S. and the U.S. economy. And there's a lot of loose talk, in my view, loose talk without hard facts about a U.S. recession. And I say no. There is no recession coming. There is no recession in sight. Consumers are strong. Jobs are rising. Wages are rising. Let me add to that for the benefit of my great and dear friends at the Federal Reserve. More people working successfully at higher wages does not, let me reiterate, does not cause higher inflation. And in fact, the inflation rate has been coming down even while we've been experiencing a continuation of the jobs boom. This is a supply-side expansion. It's a business-side expansion. The business tax cuts, large and small companies producing tremendous capital stock investment and productivity. And therefore, I think the Fed needs to look at their models, right? Maybe put some more air in the tires. Maybe get rid of those tires altogether, because we have strong growth, strong jobs, and no inflation. That is a terrific, optimal situation for our country, or any country, to be in. And I hope the central banks take note of this.
Well, and we're going to hear from Jerome Powell in the next hour, Larry. You could argue, indeed, to your point, that the mandate of the Fed has been fully satisfied. We have stable prices, no rampant inflation, and we have maximum employment. What would you like to hear from Jerome Powell in the next hour?
Just as you said it, all right, I'm going to give you the pen and get you. Where's he giving this speech exactly?
In Atlanta.
Where's he giving it? All right, in Hotlanta. Oh, that's right, the AA. I'm going to give you the pen, and you need to get on the Fox jet helicopter and go to Hotlanta and put what you just said right into his speech. They are realizing their mandate. Their mandate is essentially full employment or strong employment with low, stable domestic prices. That is precisely what we are seeing. Inflation rates, depending on how you measure them, are running about 1.25% to 1.5%. Productivity is increasing. That's part of the supply side business tax cut story. And people are coming into the labor force. We've had huge increases. Let me see if I can fish out. 360,000 people per month are entering the labor force. Okay, this past month, December, 419,000. 70% of private industry is sharing in this bountiful work effort. This is just what we want. Just what we want. And they're carrying their freight with improved productivity. It doesn't get any better than this, and I really would urge people to reconsider their pessimism. I'll avoid the temptation to say America is a great country, although America is a great country. But I will not avoid the temptation to suggest that the pro-growth policies, the incentive policies, the entrepreneurial policies, low tax rates, big regulatory rollback, and I'll be just a wee bit political here, put into place by President Trump, are working. And they have been working, and they continue to work. And if there's a little bit of a disconnect between stocks and the economy, so be it. I've been around a while. I've seen this before. Probably you have too. We are on an optimistic path. That's really my message. Look at these numbers today. It's just, it's a blowout statistically. But this is the kind of thing that is going to raise the animal spirits. I can hear people. I can hear people across the country going, phew, you know what? Things are a lot better than some folks are saying. That's my view.
Well, unfortunately, the Fox chopper's in the shop right now, so I've just emailed Mr. Powell for you, Larry. Next one for you. The delegation going to China next week. Progress being made on a deal? Can we infer that?
Well, of course, let's see how they do. I know the president is cautiously optimistic. In fact, he just had another talk with President Xi of China. These are all good signs. We're going to have a deputies delegation. I think they're flying over this weekend. They'll be at work next week, as you said. They're going to look at the whole story. They're going to look at commodities, you know, agriculture, industrial, capital goods. We would like to see, frankly, a regime of zero tariffs, zero non-tariff barriers, and an end to all these state-run subsidies. You know, these are central planning policies that are not working. The Chinese economy is not in good shape. But also, crucially, we have got to see a change in Chinese law regarding the theft of intellectual property, regarding ownership, where American companies must be permitted to own their companies. And so that would end the forced transfer of technology. And we also want to see a shift in this whole cyberspace, cyber hacking. You know, it's becoming very commonplace. You can just use the internet cleverly, go into American companies and pull out their technology, the family jewels. Now, I'm not here to blame China. I'm just going to say these are issues on the table. All right. In our discussions in Buenos Aires, Argentina, during the G20, they're on the table. When President Trump and President Xi had dinner, I was at that dinner. They're on the table. There's a, you know, basically we know what sort of changes we need. Now, the question is, can we negotiate these changes, and can we do so with enforcement, with timetables? Remember, I'm an old Reagan guy. Trust
yes.
but verify. These are very important areas. So, you know, color me cautiously optimistic. We know what we're going to talk about. We're sending some very smart people over there, but let's see how that works out. China needs reform. Can I just say that? As you're reporting, Chinese economy is sinking. It's sinking. They've lost all market-based reforms. Maybe not all, but they're moving on the wrong track. Too much statism, too much central planning, too much central control. It doesn't work. And so you see retail sales, car sales, business investment, it's all slumping.